Hi guys, Suze here, your FLA tribe leader from the FLA movement, and today I'm here to talk to you about the number on the scale and why we care so much about it and why we shouldn't. So let me start with this. Working with clients and working with our members and people in general has taught me or shown me that people care about their weight a lot. I understand. We've been conditioned to do it. The lower the number, the more value is being put at a person, which generally makes me very, very sad. So every person that starts working with us or approaches us usually has a certain number they either want to lose or a certain number of pounds that they want to be. That's perfectly valid. That's perfectly fine. We're trying to teach you everything to get you there, support you along the way, and help you meet your goals. What a lot of people don't realize is what that number might mean. Let me explain. Let's say I have a goal of wanting to be 150 pounds, right? Do I have an idea what that means? Because a lot of people associate that certain number with a certain body shape as well. So my question usually is what if I told you that you can be that perfect body that you dream about and that you want to have, but in order to do that, in order to be that, you're going to have to be 160 pounds. Well, that's when people usually get confused, or it makes them think, maybe sometimes reconsider. But usually what happens is they would much rather take those 150 pounds than that their perfect body type, because they think those 150 pounds would be more perfect than what I'm offering them with 160 pounds. This approach is very sad and also very, it makes you stuck in that one position or in that one spot. It's not flexible. You cannot reconsider. You cannot really consider some new idea because you're so stuck up on that weight that you're completely missing the rest of it. And what I'm trying to say is that fixation on that number may not mean what you think it means. That's why what I like to say is that the scale is lying to you. And let me explain why. You have that certain picture or a number that you really want to gain or you really want to get. But that number, when you step on a scale, look down, is not going to tell the whole story. It's not going to tell you the journey that you went through. It's not going to tell you how much muscle mass you've gained or lost. It's not going to tell you how much body fat you've gained or lost. It's also not going to tell you how much water weight this body is holding. It's not going to tell you if you're stressed. It's not going to tell you if you're healthy or if you're happy. It's just telling you the number, 3 digits. That's what you get. And we're putting so much value on that number that it literally can make our day or just destroy our day. And what I'm trying to say is that try to move away from that value you're putting on the scale, because as I said, putting so much value can literally alter your day and your mental state, while it doesn't have to, because it doesn't tell you anything. So in our working with people, instead of just looking at that number on the scale, we're also looking at their biofeedback. So how they're feeling, how they're sleeping, if their workouts are going well, if they're tired or not. We're also looking at their measurements. We are taking regular pictures so we can compare the progress. And whenever possible, we're also looking at body fat percentage. The scale, the number on a scale that everyone's going to stepping on, looking at in the morning is just a data point. Us as coaches are looking at it just as a data point. The trends are telling us if we're trending in the right direction or not. I'm going to tell you from my experience of what we're doing is if I see the weight going slightly up or just staying the same, but I can see improvement in the mood, in their measurements, in everything else, I don't care what the scale says. You're getting better no matter what the scale says. The client, on the other hand, the tribe member, may be super bummed because the weight is going up and they don't want to, because in their picture, in their head, it shouldn't be like that. The number should be going down. What they're not taking into consideration are all these other things that are improving. And us as coaches are trying to work with it, or work with the client on understanding that as much as we can. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to learn to step on the scale, look at the number, and take it as a data. Did I gain half a pound? Did I lose half a pound? Okay, write it down, move on. Because let me tell you this, the number on the scale is going to change day by day. I'm pretty sure if you're already in the habit of weighing yourself every day, you can see that there are fluctuations, right? Depending on what you ate the day before, how much you drank the day before, if you worked out, if you're sore, ladies, if you're on your periods or before your periods, or in general, just if you're stressed or no reason at all. So what I'm trying to tell you is, yes, keep looking at your scales if you want. Keep looking at that number, and having that perfect number in your head is always a good idea, because you want to we need point A and point B to get somewhere on our journey, right? But don't be afraid to reconsider, and don't be afraid to change those goals when you realize that those 150 pounds are not an achievable goal, and I can look much better and feel much better when I'm 160 pounds, for example. So putting so much value on something that's so fickle and can change day by day is really sad. And hopefully this at least would make you reconsider and think about that number on a scale as something that's just 3 digits. Look at it, move on. Don't put your value as a human and the value of what you're doing and what you're trying to do just on that number. This is why we are taking all the data we can. We're looking at everything else that we can, so you don't have to feel stressed about what's going on down there. So with all that, I hope at least I made you think about it, and definitely don't stress about the weight. And remember, scale is a fraud and it's lying to you.